Ohalayim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahusha, Bahashem Rokar Kwadash. Kohalayim is all praises. Yahweh is the supreme power, the king of the universe, the most high. Bahashem is in the name Yahusha, the son of the most high. Um, my name is Lamadia from the New York camp, and the name of this video is going to be entitled "We Are Reliving in the Book of Acts." So the inspiration of this video was drawn from listening to the testimonies of the Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, and the Elder Apostle of Ramlab. So their testimony on events that took place back in the old school and Cornelius Council and King Masha. So as I was listening to their testimony, a thought came to my mind, and the thought was pretty much that we are reliving in the Book of Acts, and everything is reoccurring back again. But one of the things that the Elder Pastor Hall mentioned was that the Bishop Nathaniel, he had a dream about King Masha. And that dream, King Masha, they was all at a feast, and King Masha had asked for pork juice to be put on his rice. And um Bishop Nathaniel God woke up after that dream and perceived that King Masha was not a man of the Lord. And that led to him later on being, kicked out to school. So listening to that brought me to the book of Acts chapter 10, because that dream is similar to what Peter had. And we believe that Peter is King David coming back in reincarnation. So we believe that King Masha is David or Peter coming back in the reincarnation. So let's go to the book of Acts. Now, in the book of Acts goes into the vision that Peter had, and we're going to read it. Now, in Acts 10 and 9, it reads, "On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance, meaning he dozed off, and during his sleep, he had a vision, right? So verse 11, and he saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth. And it says, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. So Peter seen a blanket with all manners of four-footed beasts and creeping things, and a lot of these four-footed beasts and creeping things were things that was unlawful to eat. Now, was the Most High saying, Peter, to go now eat, um, meats that's against the law? No. These four-footed beasts represented Israel being in a darker state, and they being unclean. So they represent the beast, an unclean beast, and the gospel being preached to the Israelite foreigners. That's why Peter seen these four-footed beasts coming down from the heavens on a blanket, because those four-footed unclean beasts represented Israel being in a darker state and acting like heathens. So they was unclean to the Most High. So Peter was being sent to teach them. So when Peter seen this coming down, his response was, let's read verse 13. And they came and voiced to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. Because in the vision, Peter thought it was just regular unclean beasts. He didn't understand the meaning of it. He's like, why are all these unclean animals coming down on this blanket and the Lord telling me to eat of it? So he didn't have the understanding of it, right? So verse 16, this was done thrice, meaning 3 times, and the vessel was received up again into heaven, meaning it went back up. Now while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, so after he woke up, he was just pondering on the vision and was wondering, like, damn, what was this vision about? What this could have meant? So he thinking hard, it was heavily on his mind. So now while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate. Now Simon is referencing towards Peter. Now it says, and called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, there you go, were lodged there. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise therefore, get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius, and said, behold, I am he whom ye seek, which is the cause wherefore ye are come. And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feared the Most High, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from the Most High by the holy angel to send for thee into his house, excuse me, and to hear words of thee. So after Peter had received this vision, that's when he seen the 3 men sent from Cornelius. And that's when the opening of the Israelite foreigners came in. Right? That's when the teachings of the Israelite foreigners started. It started with Cornelius. Now, what came to my mind was that was the same thing back in the old school. And it's funny how everything lined up, because now Nate, the Bishop Nate, had a dream that King Masha was eating unclean things, and which that could have meant, the teaching or the understanding of the Israelite foreigner or Israelite foreigners being made more clear. Because what happened right after that? They kicked King Masha out, and then you had the Cornelius Council, and after the Cornelius Council, Elder Apostle Hall and the other apostles was kicked out of the school, which is the same thing that happened in the book of Acts. The dream with Peter, and guess what? Peter is King David. Peter will have to be King David. Peter will have to be Moses. Peter will have to be Zerubbabel. It only makes sense because he will forever have that lot. But After the Cornelius Council, that's when the apostles was kicked out. Now let's go to the book of Acts 13. I'm gonna start at 44. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together to hear the word of the Most High. But when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy, and spake against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. Now it says, but then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said, it was necessary that the word of the Most High shall first have been spoken to you, meaning to the Jews, the Israelites in the land. But seeing ye put it from you, and judge yourself unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles. Now these Gentiles are Israelite foreigners. So that's when Paul is commissioned to teach the Israelite foreigners. Now it says, for so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles. That light is this truth. So the Israelites that had different settlements in the land of the heathens, a lot of them didn't know they was Israelites. A lot of them was keeping the traditions of the heathen, was dressing in heathen apparel, was speaking the heathen language, had the heathen haircuts. And some of them was even worshiping the gods of the heathen. So they had to be retaught because they was Israelites and they received mercy. So that's the light. They had to be taught about Yahweh Shah. Now it says that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. And when the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners, heard this, they were glad and glorified the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And as many as were ordained to eternal light believed. And that resembled the same account. Now, after the Cornelius councils, Apostle Hall said that's when they received more revelations on the Israelite foreigner topic. And things start becoming more clearer. Just like in the book of Acts. Because everything is repeating. So that means what? Peter will have to be back here today. Paul had to be back here today. Barnabas had to be back here today. Stephen, the 12 disciples, the false prophets, everything is reincarnated. If you believed in Yahweh Shah in your past life, you're gonna believe in Yahweh Shah in this life. If you didn't believe in Yahweh Shah in your past life, you're not gonna believe in this time. Because everything is reincarnated. So let's read Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been, it is that which should be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been it had been already of old time, which was before us. And by the way, the thing that has been is the spirit of a man. Now, verse 11, there is no remembrance of former things, neither should it be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that should come after. Because when we die, our memory get wiped clean, and we come back as newborn babies. Now let's go to Matthew 23. I guess I'll close with that. Because everything is reincarnated. What you did in your past life, you're gonna do in this life. If you was a righteous person in your past life, you're gonna be righteous in this life. If you was wicked in your past life, you're gonna be wicked in this life. Now, um, start at 29. Matthew 23 and 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. So they were saying, man, if I was back there in those times, I would never did that to the prophets. But this is what Yahushua said to them. He says, wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Meaning you are them. You the same guys that stoned the prophets, that made accusations against the prophets to get them killed. You are the same spirits coming back, doing the same thing again. But and this time you're giving reference to the prophets and saying if you was there in that time, you would have listened. But Yahushua was like, no, you was the same ones that was stoning the prophet and killing the prophet. You're the same spirits coming back. Now, verse 32. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpent, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Meaning destruction or death. So I pretty much covered the scriptures I wanted to cover. And, everything is reincarnated. And, some people is going to play the bad side of history. And then you got the elect. They're going to play the righteous side of history. And we looking to be on that side. And we looking to be found worthy when Yahweh shall return. And that's why we make, we assess ourselves and the things that need to be improved. We fast, we pray, so that way we be found worthy to Yahweh Shah or Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom. Kohalayim Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom.